today we are here for Partners in Pastries with Byron Preschool. Beth and Jennifer are here to talk about their Readiness program.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Please introduce yourselves a little bit more than I already have.
My name is Beth Strum. I am the preschool coordinator here for the Byron Preschool. I've been with the program this will be my 19th year coming up. So.
And I'm Jennifer Dole. I'm the Community Education Director here for Byron Public Schools, and Preschool is one of our many programs that we provide servicing, birth through our senior citizens. And so I'm excited that we've had the opportunity to partner with United Way to help our families who have preschoolers.
Yay. I love it. Awesome. Okay, well, I have a lot of questions to ask, and one of the big one is, what is readiness? What is school readiness? Everyone says, let's be school ready. What does that mean, and why is that important when you start at such a young age?
School readiness is a program that's offered to children who are ages 3 to kindergarten eligible, and it is just an opportunity for them to come to a school environment and work on skills that will enable them to be successful in kindergarten when they get there. Every child learns at their own rate, and we as teachers meet the kids where they're at and try to get them as ready as we can. We do things that are literacy, cognitive, social emotional is a really big one at the young age, and a variety of different things. We do it through play, and so that children they feel like they're just playing. But realistically, we're counting things, we're reading stories, we're building all of those skills to make them successful later in life. So
Awesome.
I think one of the things that happened through the pandemic is that families stayed home quite a bit, and it has made the opportunity to get into a preschool classroom even more important. As Beth said, learning those social skills that allow them to be ready for kindergarten, as far as sitting and listening for just a couple minutes, or learning how to share, learning how to understand and deal with emotions when things don't go the way they think they're going to go for 3 and 4-year-olds. And so those are great skills that we can provide to families that are really hard to replicate in a home.
Yes, and the little ones probably they haven't been in school yet. They've always known just to be at home during school. So this probably has been a different transition when they do come.
it has. And a lot of the families have their children in daycare, but that's kind of their second home.
Right.
It doesn't always allow them the opportunity to learn a school schedule, to have the opportunities to interact with different peers that they haven't been brought up with that are like siblings to them. We offer programs that are full-day programs or half-day programs. So some kids even come here and have lunch and experience going to the lunchroom. They go to the gym, they go out for recess, all of those kinds of things that encompass what they'll experience when they're in kindergarten. So
that's super awesome that you guys provide that. So like you said, a lot of them been at home for so long. How can families help prepare when they come to preschool, or help them prepare for school the best they can while at home?
Yeah, I think one of the mottos has always been that our parents that we work with are the children's first teacher. And truly, they do an amazing job. Parents want their children to be successful. And it is all the small things, taking the time to read to children, giving them, responsibilities at home. I know there are many things that our teachers share with parents to help them get ready for school.
We work on independence. I know that a lot of parents, we gotta go, but taking the time to let them learn how to put their coat on, put their shoes on, to tackle these things and not give up easily, always kind of builds up the child's confidence and makes them more confident to tackle new things and learn new things. Keeping with a good routine, bedtime, dinner time, getting to bed on time makes for a better day the next day, it seems. And so those kinds of things. So yeah, they do an awesome job. Just reading bedtime stories even, or picking up a book during the day builds that love of reading and literacy. And so we are very lucky to have parents who are very much invested in helping their children. And so they're doing these things. And if they have questions, we definitely share with them some ideas and tips to kind of help us all be successful in getting their little one to be ready. So
that's super awesome. My next question. So we talked about COVID is uncharted territory. We've been home for so long, and now we're not. So how can teachers on the other side prepare for all this of like all the new things that are coming in, because you're possibly trying to teach ones that haven't learned those things yet at home, and then trying to put them in a classroom or in a setting. Like, do you have any tips, or how are you guys adjusting to that and working through those?
As I said before, we definitely meet the children where they're at with their abilities. And so if they're coming in and they're very nervous, then we definitely meet them at that level, and we work on those social emotional skills to help them build their confidence, to make those friends, to make those relationships, and so that they're comfortable within the classroom, because you can't really learn when you're not comfortable. And so if they have been not having those social experiences, we try to do that. Some kids come in and they're very much ready, and so we try to meet them where they're at as well. Some kids have been working on all sorts of things, and some are just kind of
Just there.
yes,
They're good
yes,
there.
yes.
We have the opportunity to partner with Family Services Rochester,
Yes.
and they have provided some school-based mental health and counseling. And one of the things I love about it is that, you know, kids get into our building and sometimes they do struggle. It's new, it's overwhelming, it's these big emotions and these little people, and trying to figure out how to learn coping techniques. And so, and when you're 4, it's really I would say it's a team effort. The teachers, the student, and the parent really helping the child learn. And so that's been great, having that resource for the kids who need it, for the parents who need it. And so we've been able to provide that resource.
That's awesome.
That truly has been a blessing, and we just very much keep it a team effort between the families, between the teachers and everybody, so that we're helping, like I said, meet the child where they're at. So
Exactly, and I think that's super important. Like, I love that. I've been hanging on to that this whole time. I'm like, yes, meet them where they're at, and that's super crucial. And that's usually what a lot of teachers say, and I just really love it. But so, what are some challenges maybe that you've seen? Like we've mentioned COVID, we've talked about it. Are there challenges that like you guys are facing that you haven't faced before, and you've had to be more inventive or more, you know, think outside of the box more than you typically would in a school year?
the whole idea of COVID has created new opportunities. We kind of try and look at them as opportunities of how we are helping our families out when we've had to have families who have needed to step away for quarantine reasons or illnesses. Try and reach out to those families and offer some activities for them to be working on at home or support for them so that they can kind of continue that learning process as well. And then, like, just meet them where they're at when they come back and offer them the support that they need, or just welcome them back in ready to go.
Perfect. That's super awesome. Okay, last one. What are you guys looking forward to this fall? Like, I know summer's not over yet, but what are you excited for this fall year that's coming up, or the school year? What makes you excited?
We have a lot of things that we're excited about. Just getting new students in is always super exciting. Meeting new families is always super exciting. We are blessed this year to have a little more space available to us within this building. And so we are going to be creating some new spaces for the students to be able to use and things like that. We're also lucky that we had the referendum that passed, and so we're going to have some modifications that'll be happening within our building. And with those modifications, we are now going to be able to, not this next school year, but the school year after that, if everything goes the way it's planned to go, be able to have all of our early childhood programs under one roof, which is kind of really big for us. But another one of those spaces that we are looking to create for the students is our smart room, which will allow students to be able to learn through movement and just keeping their bodies moving. Again, kind of makes them feel like they're just playing, but really they'll be learning and helping them develop things like balance, hand-eye coordination, and all those kinds of things to help them be successful. So.
Yeah, I think that, now that the vaccination is available for younger children too, that's going to remove some barriers for some families who are just a little bit concerned. Potentially they had someone immunocompromised in their family and they just weren't ready to send their child. So that is now going to be one less thing to worry about. I think it will also help. It's been challenging for our families with quarantining these young kids. They need someone at home, and so then it's been a big drain, I think, on resources for families. And preschool is expensive. Families have to plan for it, and so then it's like, well, I'm also taking time away from work to be at home with my little ones, and I think it's important we recognize this. And so we do what we can, and with School Readiness Preschool, to have a sliding fee scale to allow families, the opportunity to attend preschool regardless of where they're at financially, because we feel it is essential that they have that chance if families want it. So I'm excited about that vaccination being available for families. I think the other thing that's so exciting is that we have another program here in our building that's called Early Childhood Family Education. It's ECFE, and it really helps parents. It provides parent, support groups and just resources for parents. And so it's great. You can drop a preschooler off at preschool and then potentially take maybe a little one into a class and have that opportunity for them to socialize. And so I see all these things growing now that we're entering into another season.
Thank you for telling us all about those programs. Those are great. How can people get connected to those programs? Who's eligible for those programs?
Absolutely. We enjoy working with you guys as well. And we're much like any other preschool program. Parents can either register online for any of our programs, or they can call in or stop into our office, and we'll be happy to help them as well. We kind of have it work both ways. Not only do we get students from Byron, but we get from the surrounding communities as well. So we are open to anybody, open enrollment kind of things. With our partnership with United Way, we are able to offer scholarships, full-time scholarships and partial scholarships on a sliding fee, as Jen had mentioned earlier. Truly feel blessed to be able to do that for these families so that their child can receive the help and be ready for kindergarten that they need. And as we talked earlier with the pandemic situation, families needing to take time away, finances are just kind of tough, and we're finding families that are needing that little bit of extra help, and we're happy to be able to help them with that. So,
as part of Olmsted County, I think sometimes, there's a lot of focus on Rochester because it's large and there is a great need there and there's great opportunity there. But I'm very thankful for the United Way for providing us, grant funding for this, because we do have a number of families that qualify to have a full scholarship, and they don't always have access to transportation into Rochester, and so it removes that barrier as well. They can just come here and be part of the community preschool. Their children can meet friends, and so we are really thankful for all the United Way has done for our early childhood program.
We appreciate your support, and we look forward to our partnership as well, and being able to offer great things for our community and the surrounding area to help support these little ones be ready to grow and be wonderful people.
Awesome. Early childhood is an awesome investment, and I'm excited to see where we can go.
Awesome. Thank you.